Stugotz here for Dell. There's nothing small about your business. It takes a lot of hard work, and it makes a huge difference. As a thank you, during Small Business Month, Dell is offering up to 40% off select PCs with 8th Gen Intel Core processors, plus get a free external hard drive with select PC purchases. Simple to get. Call 877-BUY-DELL to speak with a small business technology advisor today. That's 877-BUY-DELL. One more time. Check them out today. It's 877-BUY-DELL.
Why are you happy? Because you're a hater? Because LeBron lost like that yesterday? Is that why you're that kind of happy? Is Stugotz any kind of shook? You got to remain entrenched at this point and at every point until
Shook.
You got to continue to say he's not going to lose after he's been eliminated from the playoffs.
I will.
Because this series is the way that this stuff ends for him on the last trip. It looks like that. It looks like yesterday where you're like, is he trying? What's happening there? It doesn't. Is Boston that good at stopping someone who's totally unstoppable?
Right.
Boston's that. Marcus Morris is right. He's right. He is a LeBron stopper. There's only been one of those. You remember in the finals when LeBron was at the free throw line and saw Kawhi checking back into the game and muttered bleep, bleep because Kawhi was coming back into the game.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Berea.
Yeah. Listen, I told you, I'm entrenched on LeBron. They're down a game, not a big deal. But I'm telling you, because I have no idea, I still don't have an idea of how he's going to exit this, right? Leave Cleveland. And maybe it is this series. Okay, to send the message like, hey, we're okay, but we're not good enough to get to the NBA Finals as well as I played. And so what I'm saying is Game 2 will go a long way. I'll tell you after Game 2 if he's going to win this series or
okay,
not. I will tell you after Game 2.
I mean, all right, so if he makes it 1-1, he's still got to win a Game 7 on the road at Boston.
If he makes it 1-1, he is winning the series. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
And if he makes it 2-0?
He might be planning his exit. Okay, so I will tell you after Game 2. I have to see how Game 2 unfolds, and I have to see how he plays in Game 2. But I will tell you, the first 2 minutes of the fourth quarter, I thought to myself, man, this guy is gone. Because that was some lazy basketball by LeBron James.
Is that how predictions work? You can just do that?
I can.
Okay.
Yep.
I got to wait to see.
I will wait to see what the result
What happens after 2 games. If I can just see what happens after 7 games, I will tell you what.
Isn't that nice?
Happened. It's a good spot.
I'll text you guys at halftime. Is that good enough for you?
Here is one of the things that makes assessing him in this state difficult. The idea, because he looked terrible yesterday. And I'm not used to seeing that in any way. And he didn't make any of his threes, and Boston's probably going to let him shoot threes the way it was going to let Embiid and Ben Simmons shoot threes. They'll probably let him shoot those, I'm guessing, by way of trying to keep the other 3-point shooters guarded and not allowing him to penetrate and wreck the defense. But if he were to lose, the way that he were to lose is with this, a team we know that's not very good. With the reference point of Indiana, you know Boston's better than Indiana. You know how Indiana tested Cleveland. Cleveland needed to be on its own court in Game 7 in order to survive that series, and barely. And you know Boston's better than Indiana. You know Boston's better coached than Indiana.
Boston was in the exact same situation in the first round, too, against Milwaukee.
Uh-huh. But I would say, I think we can agree that while LeBron is the best or close to the best, that Toronto series is not in any way indicative of what his team has been all year. This team, the team before that, the team that necessitated this team, all of that, Toronto was so broken, weirdly frail, and allowing him to get off 30 shots. I didn't think I'd see a game where LeBron got only, 16 shots? That's not how they've been playing. They've been playing with LeBron, go ahead and take us to wherever it is we need to go, take the 25 shots.
Right, he was 5 of 16, but he just has to do that 4 times per series, right? That game. He has to have that game 4 times per series.
And maybe it'll be enough. Maybe it won't be, though. Like the idea that you're playing in the Eastern Conference Finals and you need 40 from him in order to feel like you're going to win, that's a big ask.
Yeah, he's had good games, and his teams have lost. Like, that doesn't guarantee you 4 times in a series. That doesn't guarantee you a win each time out anymore.
And so anyways, I have more doubt about him this playoff run. And I've been wrong, right? They beat Indiana. They just torched Toronto. But I have more doubt, even though he's playing as well as I've ever seen him play, I have more doubt about what surrounds him and their ability to advance than I've had at, I think, any point since before 2010.
You're not alone. Mike, I understand what you're saying, but I will say this, that every time he scored 40 in this postseason, his team has won. I mean, he did it a couple of times against the Pacers. Both times the Cavaliers won those games. He did it against the Raptors, but they won all 4 games. So, I mean.
Understood. This is how it happened. So, he's tired. He's carrying this team. He needs more help. That's always the phase out for a LeBron era.
The thing about this team, though, that, they were outscored against the Pacers. These turd games, these turd playoff games where they're losing by 30. Who the hell loses by 30 in the Eastern Conference Finals when you've got LeBron James? When you're in the Eastern Conference Finals and you got LeBron James, you beat the Pacers by 30. You don't lose by 30 when you have LeBron James.
And in that Pacers series, he was having good games in almost every single one. I think every single one of those games in Cleveland came down to a final possession. Indiana could have stolen any one of those games they had lost.
Whole lot of folks were making fun of Marcus Morris for saying he's the second best LeBron stopper in the league, and then he goes out there and outplays LeBron.
I was one of them.
I mean, everybody was. Everybody was. And I would say, let me ask you guys this question. The Morris brothers, both of them, Guillermo, put this on the poll. The Morris brothers, are they the symbol for the most average NBA starter? Like, if I say to you, give me one name that represents the most average of NBA starters, do you have a better name for me than either Morris brother? Because they're good players. They're average players.
They are average.
They're professional. They're at the very top of the 1% of basketball players in the world. But in that 1%, they're thoroughly average.
Yeah. I'm trying to find some below average starters. I'm going right to Sacramento. I don't know where, Mike, I don't know where you're going.
I'm looking, below average is easy. We can all make fun of the bad names. We need someone that's right in the middle. An Alan Crabb type.
Yeah. Yes, there you go. The Trailblazers feel like they've got 9 or 10 of those around their like Trevor Ariza.
Been doing it for almost 20 years.
That's
Trevor
right.
Ariza.
Just starting out there and being really average.
You're saying you could take Ariza out and put a Morris twin in and same thing?
I mean, they play different positions, but you understand the point.
I do understand the point, yes.
Who wins? If I got a Morris twin and you're coming after me with a Trevor Ariza, who wins?
I'd rather have an Ariza than a Morris. That's just me. I feel like Ariza is slightly better than a Morris.
Yeah, but I'm thinking about it.
I am definitely thinking about it, but I'll take an Ariza. But I could be sold on a Morris. Like, I could. And I don't think it would take that much, like, twisting of the arm.
Not a lot of haggling?
Yes. All right, fine. I'll take a Morris.
Mike, what are you looking up?
I'm looking at Thaddeus Young.
Oh, yeah.
Can you look up for me on Wikipedia either Morris twin and players they're like? Or Basketball Reference, I guess, is where you'd go.
It's amazing. They're like each other.
I know. Are we going to get just a list?
Mike Wilson Chandler has to be on this list. Right?
Oh, yeah. Also doing it for 20 years.
All right. What are we doing? Marcus
Does anyone
Morris?
else have any nominees? Is it just going to be, am I going to nominate Morris and Ariza? And that's it. We're going to die on the vine on this. This seems like a fun game to me. The most thoroughly average of NBA starters. Mike, wouldn't Chalmers have been that?
No, he's the greatest basketball player of all time.
That's what I meant.
And he's not active. Lucky for you.
Would have been that is what I said.
Mike, are you checking a Morris twin here on Basketball Reference?
Yeah. I'm looking for player comps. Hang on.
Okay. So am I.
So Morris
This is exciting. I've never been so excited to look up a Morris twin.
I think you're just going to name average player after average player.
That's what we've been doing.
Right. Well, we haven't done very well though. We've only got Wilson Chandler, a couple of Morrises, and a Trevor Ariza,
an Alan Crabb, a Thaddeus Young.
Oh, that's right. Alan Crabb and Thaddeus Young. I forgot already. So forgettable. I don't know how to explain. I don't know basketball enough to explain why that happened to the Cavs yesterday. You can tell me all you want about how Boston switches more than most people in the league and the versatility of Boston's defenders. He's unguardable. He's not someone who can be guarded. So if he starts throwing up these 5 for 16s in this series, if there's somehow that Brad Stevens can keep LeBron James to 16 shots, he'd take that every single game.
Yeah.
And Morris guarded him after saying he was the second best LeBron stopper in the league. Marcus Morris guarded him 24 times yesterday. And what LeBron did was 5 points, 2 assists.
It's pretty amazing.
I mean, the way their team is built, if that's what happens, they're going to lose. If that's what happens for 24 possessions, they're going to lose.
Mike, hopefully you're seeing the same list. I did Marcus Morris here. One of the guys that compares to him is P.J. Tucker.
Yeah. P.J. Tucker. John Henson.
Oh, that's a good one.
Henson.
John Henson has that. John Henson.
He has moments, man.
He does, but so does Morris.
But Henson will throw in like an 8-block game occasionally. You're like, whoa.
Okay, no, but wait a minute. But Morris will occasionally throw in the game he just did. And I think the game before that, he started 0 for 8.
DeJuan Blair.
Yeah. This is fun.
You guys can call in if you've got any nominees.
Keon Clark is on the list.
786-456-4837. We're looking for the name that we need to hear of a thoroughly average NBA starter.
Marvin Williams.
I thought he was going to be good.
So did I. Just average.
Yeah, just wanders around being average.
Had a long career. Got paid a lot of money to be average. Definitely didn't make an average
it pays.
salary.
No, wait.
on, man.
No, wait. It pays to be average in the NBA. An average NBA starter? Mike, you're one of the best 150 players in the world.
Oh, I thought Marvin Williams was a missing piece when Heat off season.
Marvin Williams is making north of $12 million a year to be average.
Who's paying him that, Jordan, or is someone else paying him that?
Jordan. Yeah, he's a Carolina guy.
Chris Wilcox.
I thought he was going to be great. Maryland power forward.
Yeah, he also pulled a lot of checks. Brandon Bass.
Oh,
that's great.
Oh, wait a minute. Brandon Bass. Oh, my God. I don't know we're going to be able to do better than Brandon Bass.
That's my guy.
I don't think that's a good nominee. That is because Brandon Bass will light you up for 12 straight points, and you're like, what the hell happened?
This guy's unstoppable from the top of the key.
Yes, you can't stop Brandon Bass, except everyone does.
And that's why he's played for 12 teams.
Speaking of which, did you guys see this? I saw this stat over the weekend and it made me laugh. In baseball, this is a bit hard to fathom. Mark Reynolds has had multi-home run games for 7 teams.
That dude's still around. It's the same Mark Reynolds.
He did it last night for Arizona.
You'd think one of those teams would keep him.
Is this
For
like
Washington? Did he do it for Washington? He did it for Washington. Who knows?
It was Washington. I was going to say he's back with Arizona.
That is it. Yes or no? That's an amazing stat. Multi-home run games for 7 teams.
Is that the record? No, another wild goose chase. Matt Saris has done it for 15 teams.
And he's going to finish with like 40 home runs again, hitting like 210. Coming off the bench for Washington, because that's all he does.
Were you hurt yesterday, Guillermo? Were you hurt that the Yankees again have won 18 of 21 and Giancarlo Stanton was 4 for 4?
No, man, that's baseball. I saw yesterday Boog tweeted out his stat. His stats on yesterday's date last year and this year, almost identical.
He starts slow.
Shocking he's having a good May. Couldn't have seen this coming.
He starts slow.
Baseball's so weird, man. Because remember, like, last week I was telling you, like, because everyone's saying, oh, the Marlins, they're pretty good. And I'm like, dude, they're going to go through like a rough patch. So they go 4 straight series wins into last Sunday. This week, Sunday, they've lost 6 of 7.
Wait a minute.
It's baseball.
Wait a minute. You were saying the Marlins were a nice little team. What do you mean everybody was saying the Marlins were a good team?
Yeah, everyone was saying
They've got the worst run differential in the league. The Atlanta Braves sodomized them this weekend.
Oh, the Braves are a first-place team, Dan.
Yeah.
All right? Yeah. That's a playoff team right there.
Best team in the National League.
They had games this week. Like yesterday's game, not a close game. Not a close game. They lost by 1, but that's because the Portobello Crusher was on the bench for whatever reason. Then they put him in the 9th pinch hit. He hits a 3-run homer. They lose by 1. A couple games before where they lost by like 8, that was a close game, but they lost by 8 because they had a 7-run inning. Baseball's weird.
What are you talking about?
Hi, everyone. Stugotz here. Support for the Dan Le Batard Show podcast comes from our friends at Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. Chances are you are confident when it comes to your work, your hobbies, and your life. Rocket Mortgage gives you the same level of confidence when it comes to buying a home or refinancing your existing home loan. Rocket Mortgage is simple, allowing you to fully understand all the details and be confident you are getting the right mortgage for you. To get started, go to rocketmortgage.com/Stugotz. That's rocketmortgage.com/Stugotz, STUGOTZ. Equal housing lender, licensed in all 50 states. NMLS consumeraccess.org number 3030.
Dan Le Batard.
Hip-hop surpassed rock and roll as music's most consumed genre. Yes. R&B accounted for 8 of the 10 most popular artists based on total consumption. Drake and Kendrick Lamar claim the top 2 spots with Future, The Weeknd, Eminem, and Lil Uzi Vert.
Uzi?
The hell is that?
Stugotz.
Anyway, Uzi was among the other acts cracking the top 10. Taylor Swift and Ed Sheeran were the only...
For the love of God, man. I don't know what to do with that. I don't know what to do with that.
When he was popular, I knew his name.
This is as close to equality as we've ever been. As a country.
Wait a minute. We have reached the moment of harmony in America, finally. It's the whitest and the blackest we've ever been together merged. He can get both names equally wrong, whether you're Ed Sheeran or Uzi Vote.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz on the ticket.
Are we in agreement that Brandon Bass knocks off both of the Morris brothers? Now, does it have to be active, though? Because Bass isn't playing anymore. It wouldn't be surprising to me if he was, but he's not, right? Brandon Bass has been out of the league for a couple of years.
I'm checking on it.
He always seemed not just well-muscled, but he also seemed like he was slathered in baby oil.
It appears, what are we, 17, 18 right now? It appears that last year was his last season.
Who'd he play for? Who'd he close out?
Doc Rivers gave him another chance.
Yeah.
You can always count on Doc Rivers giving Brandon Bass a shot.
Doc Rivers, the way that he fills out his roster is by going to the bottom of basketballreference.com and just seeing the names that are under the Morris brothers. Just send me your old average guys.
At his height, Brandon Bass was 12.5 points per game and 6.2 rebounds.
Look, man.
At his height, that was a season.
But this is not to make fun of the player. The player has to be good. The player has to be capable of occasional greatness. The player has to be someone you thought was going to be good.
I'm just laughing because that was in Boston. Mike is right. That is a Doc guy right there.
Right. Well, but it's not just because he's average. It's because Doc takes all the guys who have ever played for him before.
So, similar win share scores for Brandon Bass. We might have our winner, Jared Dudley.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Wow. Jared Dudley. I think of him as slightly below average.
It's always the guys that hung around for 12 years, and you look at them and you say, wow, how?
Yes. Pierce, you're on 790 The Ticket. Go ahead, Pierce.
I got one for you. John Salmons.
Actually, you know what? I want to take that back. Salmons was better than that. So, rock and start.
Wait, so right now the winning hand is Brandon Bass?
Yeah, Salmons was too good.
Okay. Salmon and a bass.
Every once in a while.
Derek Fisher.
Matt Fish. Are we staying in basketball? Steve Trout.
Are we doing a new game now?
Steve Trout.
Kowal.
That's the new game. That's the new game when he starts going to puns. usually doesn't come after 4 or 5 nominees. Usually the puns are after we've exhausted everything else in the fish kingdom.
Yeah.
Boog Shambi, to this day, will still sometimes just text me the name John Salmons. Why? Because I said his last year at Miami that he wouldn't play in the pros. John Salmons played, 15 years in the NBA?
I don't know.
That's how good my analysis is.
You nailed the Kevin Durant one.
The one where I said you should take Odin instead of Durant?
Yeah, Catfish Hunter.
That's not his name. Really? Was his name Jim?
Whatever.
Ken, you're on 790. Go ahead, Ken.
New Orleans Pelicans, Solomon Hill.
Is Solomon Hill a thoroughly average NBA player? Yes. Yes, he is.
Don't leave him open, though.
That's right. No, because he'll bust you down with his average ass.
Iron Eagle.
What are you doing?
He's an Eagle.
But are you just doing? I thought you
I
were
moved on the birds.
But go ahead, prove it. Because you only got one. You said birds plural. Prove it.
Robin Roberts.
Did he really just go to a pitcher from the 1900s? Is that what he just did?
That's all I had.
Is that what
Or a Sports Center anchor? Who knows? Either or.
Goose Gossage.
His name was Rich. Rich Gossage was his name.
Will Purdue. Chickens. Moved on.
Owen, you're on 790 the ticket, Owen.
What about J.J. Barea?
Marlin Bird. The rare fish and a bird.
I think it just ended.
How about that?
All right. Good job, guys.
The rare fish and a bird. Is he right? Prove him wrong, people. Guillermo, put it on the poll. Is Stugotz right that Marlon Bird is the rare athlete named after a fish and a bird? Capitalize the and. Can anyone top Marlon Bird?
For the fish bird.
Fish bird category. I think you just closed the fish bird category. Is there going to be another one? Is there going to be a second one that makes an appearance here?
I sure hope so.
Zeke, you're on 790 the ticket. Go ahead, Zeke.
So I know this is going to send Mike running to the nearest hard surface to chop up some lines of heat culture, but Dion Waiters and James Johnson.
The second one.
Yeah, Waiters for much of his career wasn't a starter, and when he was a starter, he had his best season.
Blue, you're on 790 the ticket. Go ahead, Blue.
Oliver Miller.
Matt, you're on 790 the ticket.
Mike Miller.
1, 2, 3, get out of here.
Is Mike Miller? No, I think that's a pretty good one.
Man, he was a really good player.
Often.
Wasn't he close to an all-star one year by himself?
But that's the definition of average starter. Weren't the Morris brothers close to an all-star game one year? Like, I hate this analysis of the Warriors have 4 all-stars and the Rockets have only 2. As if Capella couldn't be an all-star if just the voting went that way this year and everyone realized how important he was to that team.
There was a J Hook who was a bird and a tool that you use to catch.
Not helpful. Not helpful in any way.
People get mad at me for the spelling of Marlin.
Oh, no. Well, look, man, it's pronounced. It's the pronunciation, not the spelling. Get out of here, all of you.
And bird. It's got a Y.
I don't care. It's pronunciation. Reggie, you're on 790 The Ticket. Go ahead, Reggie.
I got Michael Pietrus.
That's pretty good.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty good.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
Euro Jordan for a while.
Yeah. Eve, you're on 790 The Ticket.
Travis Outlaw.
That's good, too.
A guy's texting in Eric Snow and Aaron McGee.
Yeah.
That was the Sixers starting backcourt for like a decade.
Totally average. Totally average.
I don't know how else to say this, so I'll just say it.
What is it, Linda?
I think we should see other people.
Are you breaking up with me? On a roller coaster?
Well, we do have a lot of fun. Maybe we should stay together.
An emotional roller coaster? Surprising. What's not surprising? How much you could save by switching to Geico.
I just need a little me time.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Don Batard.
Can you imagine if, like, Mark Jackson was a llama?
Stugotz.
Llama? There goes that man.
This is the Don Batard Show with the Stugotz on the ticket.
What a depressing time in local sports. I've done the Fix the Miami Heat show, the Crush Hassan Whiteside show, the Does Pat Riley Still Have It show. The Heat carried us for an additional 2.5 weeks, so I can't really go to that anymore. Now we've done the Jeter show. The Marlins season appears to be over. What? There was a little bit of excitement there. There was a little bit of excitement where there was that one article. There was that one article that we built a straw man out of. I mean, I can probably give you a segment on the Miami Hurricanes. SI ranked them 6th in the preseason top 25, but I'm going to save that for later in the week because on a Monday, if the getting's this bad, I got to hold something in my back pocket. So, if most local shows are pivoting to national topics, and Lord knows we're going to talk plenty of LeBron today. I mean, an insane amount of LeBron today. I want to share with you what I am doing because I need to root for teams. Obviously, I'm soccer. I'm a big soccer fan, but I'm not going to subject the radio audience to soccer talk. So what I did in terms of a national sport was I've pivoted, and I decided I'm a Tiger guy. I needed something to root for.
Nice.
And I know Tiger got off to a rough start on that tournament, but I caught wind on Saturday that he was starting to play well, and I wanted to see Tiger in the hunt, and I wanted to see Tiger on the prowl. Not enough for me to actually put the sound on and pay full attention to it, but it was certainly a second screen experience as I was catching up on Netflix. Is Tiger back? Yes, maybe no.
Wait, what were you watching on Netflix?
I was watching a couple things on Netflix. My wife finished Stranger Things, and I was sort of half paying attention the whole time. Really don't like any shows that little kids deal with grown-up problems. And I was watching a few episodes on Black Mirror. Here's why I love Black Mirror on Netflix.
Very good show.
Because I don't have to watch a full season.
Right.
I could sort of dance around because every episode's its own unique viewing experience. So I can look at a full season and say, I want to do San Junipero this time because that looks interesting, and I'll dance around and maybe I'll get to finishing the entire season. I review which are the best episodes, and I knock all those out, so I don't have any of the crappy episodes. It's actually a perfect show in that regard. I wish more shows would have episodes that just had nothing to do with the rest of the episodes on the season.
So you can pick and choose the ones.
So I can pick and choose because, man, watching TV is pretty laborious. I have I'm a Westworld fan, but I don't have the strength to. I saw the first episode. I was like, this is a bit too much. I'm not in the right frame of mind. Right. And I don't want to do the throwaway half-hour funny shows. I like Barry, but those are just binging times. I wanted something with substance, so I want Black Mirror this time. Also watch a few movies. Yeah. I saw Dunkirk. Right. I saw Dunkirk. Dunkirk was very good, very tense, very beautiful. You don't know what Dunkirk is?
Yeah, I saw it. I actually liked it. I did.
I'm surprised that you like Dunkirk.
I was surprised I liked it.
Because Dunkirk is very... some people said it was slow. That was the number one negative comment that I got when I asked people if I should watch it or not.
Who's in it?
Harry Styles is in that movie. He's a dreamboat.
Wait, the singer?
The singer, Harry Styles, he's in it. And Tom Hardy is in it, but his lips are covered for most of the movie, so it's kind of pointless.
Wait, why are his lips covered?
Because he's a fighter pilot. And the entire movie, he's sort of chasing down this German bomber.
How long is it?
It's actually about 2 hours and 20 minutes.
I'm out.
You're out? Yeah. Beautifully shot. Beautifully done. I saw Boogie Nights on Friday night. That was my big night. Boogie Nights. Love that movie.
It's a great movie.
Great soundtrack.
Oh, it's one of the best soundtracks ever. I saw Molly's Game over the weekend.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's about who was the wide receiver / Olympic skier that Molly's related to? The brothers. Was it Bloom? Jeremy Bloom?
I think so. Yeah.
So it's Molly Bloom.
Molly Bloom. Yeah. Costner was in the movie.
Kevin Costner was in it.
Yeah, he was Molly's dad. Yeah.
So Molly's Game's about an illegal poker game that's set up by Molly?
It's about an illegal poker game set up by Molly in which all sorts of celebrities came out and, real estate moguls, hedge fund guys, athletes, actors, crazy stuff. Now, she doesn't reveal their identities ever, but it's still just a crazy movie. I wish. The movie's really more about her not selling anyone out. Which is pretty fascinating because the amount of money she could have made. Now she's making it off the book in the movie right now, but if she named names, forget it.
How long is it?
Say it was like an hour and a half, maybe.
That's right in your wheelhouse.
140 minutes. I'm out.
Okay. What is your time frame?
I mean, if we're over 2 hours, it's got to be. I mean, there's got to be Vin Diesel in it if I'm going to be watching it for over 2 hours.
I understand.
Has Vin Diesel made a movie that's over 2 hours?
Oh, yeah. These Fast and Furious movies now are like forever.
Because they have to tie in all 20 characters now.
Well, and you need the 40-minute airplane chase on the runway, too.
Yeah. The longest runway in the world, apparently, by 80 times.
Yeah.
It's
and possible
also
that they just live a lot faster than we do, so they have to slow things down.
Well,
so it seems like it's really long, but it's like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, well, they live life a quarter mile at a time.
Yeah. Right.
And also, there's that whole confusing aspect where Tokyo Drift happened in the future, but it's getting to the point where all the technology in Tokyo Drift seems fairly antiquated compared to the rest of the franchise, considering what Hobbs is basically like James Bond now.
Wait. Tokyo Drift happened in the future in this series of movies?
Yeah, Tokyo Drift still hasn't happened yet.
What? Wait, what?
It's never happened.
Wait, yes, it had. Wait,
no, because like a dude.
I don't know.
Like the Asian dude died in one of the recent ones, but he's apparently like not dead, and he was alive in Tokyo Drift, and he's like one of the main characters.
Wait, no, if he was alive in Tokyo Drift, then it already happened because he's dead now.
I'm confused.
You know which one I haven't seen?
But I think he was like a fake death.
Wait, hold on. So he's going to come back to life? I miss, by the way, they haven't used Don Omar and Tego in a while in the Fast and Furious franchise, and I need them back. They're my favorite characters.
It's puzzling because they were so charismatic.
They really were. They were great together. Oh, my God. Chris, you know who I'm talking about?
I do not.
Oh, of course. I've never seen 2. The one in Miami is the only one I haven't seen.
Oh, Too Fast, Too Furious is actually really good.
Guillermo's right, though. The last couple of Fast and Furious they have been north of 2 hours and 15 minutes.
I know, and I'm going to those midnight showings, obviously, so I'm up real late.
What's a plural of Fast and Furious?
I said Furious, I have no idea.
Is it Fast and Fury I
don't know. I'll check.
I rewatched The Office, over the past couple months, and I finished it this weekend.
That show I would never get made today.
Yeah, the first couple seasons, I wouldn't see them putting it on TV today because it'd be just because it's not very PC, and I would see it being problematic. I liked Dwight the second time around. I didn't like him as much the first time around. Second time around, I love Dwight.
I think Ryan Russillo was also rewatching The Office because I don't know if you saw his take on Pam. It set the internet ablaze.
What did he say?
Hang on, let me pull up the tweet because it made all the sense in the world, and I had to change my stance on
My
Pam.
girlfriend does not like Pam from rewatching The Office. She did not like Pam. She didn't like that Pam wasn't supporting Jim's dream.
So here's what Russillo had to say about Pam. Pam cheated on Roy, led Jim on for years, jealous of Katie, back with Roy but awkward about Karen, lied to coworkers and management and office administration, and her position.
Mm-hmm.
Jim supported her dream. She asked him to give up on his. She harassed Annie and had all she did was basically have an emotional connection to the character.
My God.
I mean,
Pam for me.
Pam is not like a hero. If you rewatch it again, Pam was and by the way, I'd just like to say this. Jim and Pam were supposed to love as this great love story and whatever. Pam cheated on Roy with Jim. She kissed Jim twice when she was with Roy.
That's what Russillo's saying.
I don't understand. It's kind of and Stanley, by the way, also a celebrated, philanderer. It seems like adultery is okay if we like the people participating in the adultery.
As long as you look into the camera and establish that sort of connection, your bases are covered.
If you like the adulterer, it's okay. But if you like the victim of the adultery, it's not okay. And you know what? I think we need to pick a side on adultery finally. Is it okay or is it not okay? I put it on a poll. I'm doing it myself. Is adultery okay? Yes.
I'm anti.
You're anti-adultery?
Yeah.
You better be.
I'm not pro-adultery either. But it seems like you might be likable enough that if they like the person that you're cheating on your wife with, they're cool. Like, let's say this. Let's say you cheat on your wife with, God, who's like America's sweetheart right now? Like a Lucy Hale type. You and Lucy Hale are having an affair. People don't really know your wife, so they're like, oh my God, Chris and Lucy Hale. This is great. Aria from Pretty Little Liars. This is awesome.
I don't think you can be America's sweetheart if I have to Google you.
Okay, so who's America's sweetheart right now?
Casey Musgraves?
Who's that?
Casey Musgraves.
Is she one of those long movies?
She was just a musical guest on SNL. I love Casey Musgraves. She's a country singer, but she's sort of transitioning a little bit, but not like full on sellout.
How many
incredible
Instagram
songwriter.
followers does she have?
Oh, hang on. I follow her on the IG. Hang on. Sue, do you like Casey Musgraves?
Love Casey, yeah.
All right, how about this? So we all know Kendall. Let's say Chris and Kendall Jenner.
Yeah, but they're not America's sweetheart.
No, but you don't think she's likable?
I'll go down this path.
I think she's one of the most likable of the Jenners. Which is the most likable Jenner Kardashian?
Casey Musgraves just under 700,000 followers on Instagram.
No, she's not big enough. How many does Lucy Hale have? She has a lot more than that.
Let me see. Lucy Hale.
I'm telling you.
The answer to Billy's question is Chloe.
Lucy Hale
is the most likable
I like
of
Chloe.
the Kardashians.
She's real life, man. She gives off I'm real life.
19.9 million followers.
That's what I'm saying.
On
That's
Instagram.
What I'm saying. She's big stuff, and she's a country singer too, right?
She
Chris,
is.
you like her music? Yeah, she is.
Do you like Maren Morris?
Who's that?
Maren Morris is kind of like Casey Musgraves, but younger.
Oh no,
and has more sensibility. And also, just under 700,000 Instagram followers.
How did we overlook this? America's sweetheart right now is Cardi B. So if Chris was dating Cardi B,
I like it.
Then I'm saying I think people would be like, oh, okay, you know what? No one cares about. No offense, but people would be like, Christy, doesn't matter. But if you were with Cardi B and you cheated on Cardi B with Christy, people would be upset with you. Yeah.
Cardi B quit Instagram. Did you see that?
Wait,
Cardi B quit Instagram.
Is Hennessy still on Instagram?
What do you mean? What's up with that though?
Hennessy's kind of crazy.
People would understand if Chris was to cheat on his wife with Cardi B. I think they would be more understanding of that than if he left Cardi B to cheat with...
If Chris was cheating on his wife with Cardi B, fans of the show would love it because they think we could get Cardi B on the show and Cardi B just be hanging around here. Now, if Chris was dating Cardi B and he's cheating on Cardi B with his current wife, they'd be like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? And they'd be mad at him. Adultery seems to all be about whether you like the person that you're cheating on your spouse with, right?
I'm confused.
No, I think what it's about is can people... Well, I don't know what it's about, okay? But I think what it's about... This is a friend told me this.
What your friend...
Is that, people can relate. They would say to themselves, hey, I'm married. I've been married for a few years, kids, whatever. I'm going to go cheat on my wife because Cardi B is interested in having, a one-night affair with me. I think most people, I think guys sit there and they say, okay, I can relate. That's something I would do. They cannot relate to leaving Cardi B to go cheat on her with just some, average.
I'm saying if Chris left his wife for Cardi B, not just a one-night thing, people would be okay with that because it's Cardi B. But if Chris were to leave Cardi B for his wife, they wouldn't be. Anyways, back to Jim and Pam. Here's the deal. Pam made a huge mistake because did you see Roy became a millionaire because he invented or started a gravel company. They went to Roy's wedding. By the way, why did they go to Roy's wedding? Can someone explain that to me? Why were they invited?
How many awkward looks did Jim give to the camera?
Dude, Jim was talking to Roy, and they were like boys, and Roy was almost like, oh, you saved me from Pam, which is like, huh, you know what? He really did. He did save you from Pam. You should be grateful. But I don't understand, why would Jim go along with that? Jim should be like, no, I'm not going to Roy's wedding. No. Roy threw that glass through the mirror when we were at the bar, and you find out that he kissed me. He's crazy. He's unstable. I don't want to go to his wedding. That's insane.
Remember how mad Pam was at Jim for winning the Dundie for Best Parent? And Jim couldn't even enjoy his moment.
Not supportive, and he supported her every time she had an art whatever. He was always doing. The only time Jim wasn't there for Pam was when he booked that trip when she was supposed to go on her wedding, and when he left because he's like, you know what? I can't see the woman I love, marry Roy, so I'm going to transfer to Nashville or wherever it is. No, he didn't go to Nashville. That's where Holly went. Where did he go? I don't remember. They closed that branch, the one that he went to, and then they were supposed to go over there.
I thought he was going to hit it off with Rashida Jones. What was her name in that show?
Karen. You know what? That was tricky for me because Karen was dating Jim, and then Karen left the office, and then Karen's working in Pawnee, Indiana as someone else, and I'm like, whoa. These worlds are kind of combined, but they're not because they're different characters, but it's the same people, and there's too much going on.
Well, I think Karen's branch was supposed to set up the eventual Office offshoot, which became Parks and Recreation, and then Mike Schur, the creator, sort of decided, okay, let's have it exist in its own universe.
You know. By the way, last season of The Office, there was supposed to be The Farm, which is going to be a Dwight show that never ended up happening, and the pilot got made into an Office episode. I could have watched that show. It would have been really weird, though, I think, if they would have made The Farm.
Have you seen what's happened recently with television and sitcoms in general? They're all trading networks.
That was awesome. I was so bummed about Brooklyn Nine-Nine getting canceled this weekend, and then the next day, NBC picked it up. I was so excited, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to send Mike Schur a little DM, and I'm going to tell him how happy I was. And then I'm like, I'm not going to do that because he doesn't know who I am, and everyone on the show has already bothered him with a bunch of other crap.
Well, you just mean Stugotz.
Yeah, he doesn't want to hear from me.
Hey, we're making a TV show. I mean, that's all.
But according to Jim, which I had no idea was still on television, it's now on Fox.
Oh, this is Jim Belushi, not Jim from The Office.
No, it's not Jim. No, it's according to Tim. No, wait, what's this Tim Allen one?
Kevin Can Wait. No, that's
it's
the
not
Kevin
Can Wait. What's it? Tim Last Man Standing?
Yeah, that one. That one. It's back, right?
Yes, it's on Fox. And also, Lethal Weapon is back, but they fired Riggs.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they fired Riggs, and now Stifler's going to be playing Riggs, but not the actual Riggs.
Whoa.
Riggs is brother.
Stifler? Actual Stifler?
Yes, but he's not Riggs. He's
What's
not Martin
Stifler
Riggs.
been up to?
Where's he been?
Right?
Hold on, I'm looking this up.
So Damon Wayans is Murtaugh, and Riggs was this unknown guy, and this unknown guy got fired for being temperamental on the set. And so they're just going to replace Riggs, still call him Riggs, but it won't actually be Martin Riggs because they'll acknowledge that, hey, it's Stifler now. But Stifler Riggs is just going to be the Riggs brother.
Wait. So he's a different character.
He's a different Riggs, but Murtaugh will still say Riggs.
I thought we were just
all that matters,
which is the key to Lethal Weapon. Because
Yeah.
you can't have him say Henderson. It doesn't work. He's got to say Riggs.
Are you sure this is not on his IMDb?
No. This just.
I saw it. I saw it this weekend.
Wow, he's in Super Troopers 2 also.
Can Murtaugh try a Henderson? I just want to hear what it would sound like.
No, Henderson. Doesn't work.
Riggs. Doesn't work.
Henderson. Not the same.
So what were you going to say about golf?
Yeah, Tigers.
Oh, yeah, Tiger. So is he good now again, or is he only good when the stakes are low? Because he seems to be playing better when he's totally out of it.
Why do golfers get caddies? Doesn't seem fair. Like, why don't all athletes in other sports get helpers?
But there's bat boys and ball boys. They're like caddies.
But how are they help? Like like Tiger yesterday had a really tough putt, so he brought over his caddy to help him read it.
Yeah.
That'd be like if when Giancarlo Stanton's facing a really hard pitcher, he brought someone in the batter's box with him to tell him when to swing or not.
But he does have someone on the side that tells him when to swing or not.
Those are coaches.
Third base coach.
I mean, a quarterback has someone in his ear basically the entire
and he has
game,
that
right?
cheat sheet too.
That stops with like 15 seconds left.
We're-
I think
we're
all
led to-
athletes...
But you want a quarterback to fade back and a guy standing right next to him saying, do not throw that
I want
football.
every athlete to get a caddy during
An
play.
advisor, a consultant.
It'd be very crowded on a basketball court. I wouldn't want to be an offensive lineman's caddy, but there's room for this.
What aspect of caddies do you think are most valuable? The advice or them carrying all your crap so you don't have to?
Put it on the poll.
I'm okay with them carrying their bags around, but they shouldn't be able to say a single word to them. No help.
What?
Read your own putt.
Or it's either or.
Pick your own iron.
Oh, yeah.
It's either or.
Ooh.
You can get the tips, but you have to carry your own bags.
choose before.